Hello, it's Robbie here and welcome to this, the first part of my build video of my new Tamiya Saint Dragon. It's four-wheel drive off-road buggy and we're going to get straight into it with step 2, building up the differential gears. And here we have one already made up. It does tell you down here to make 2 up, so what I'll do is quickly show you with a dry run what bits you need. So we first need a washer, pops in there, one of the crown gears, then we need the 3 planetary gears on this triangular mount. Like so, and that then pops in there. Then we have another crown gear and another washer, and then the lid goes on, something like that. If you can line it up. No, we can't. There we go. And then we just pop these 3 2.6mm screws in. So I will get on and grease all of those up and put it all together so that we can quickly move on to step 3. Okay, so here are the 2 diffs all built up, ready to be installed. And just before we move on to step 3, we've got to put an 850 and 1150 bearing in there, and as you can see I've got the ball bearings, and then that just pops into there, and I'll grease it up in a bit so we can move on to step 3, which is the counter gear. And if I pull this off, we need a bearing 1150 and this this steel bar, and with a rather large E-clip that I've already connected. And as you can tell, the fit of this bearing isn't as tight as some of the other places, and then it just slips on there like so. And then we get the other half of the gearbox, and again we've got an 850 and 1150 bearing, and then this piece just slips through there, and we need to grease it up because the next step will be something along the lines of that, sticking them together. So I'll get on and grease those up, and then we can move on to step 4. Step 4. Joining the 2 gearbox halves together, and we're going to need part B8 as well. And it's a simple case of hopefully joining them together. When I get this bit in, if you can see here, I've gone round with a bit of grease around the edge of the gearbox just to hopefully stop some dust and debris ingress, and then we should just slot together like that. And then we need these 2 3x20mm screws, and we've got one that goes through there, which screws into a captive nut on this side. So we'll just start that off so it doesn't fall out. There we go. And then this one, it goes here. That's looking better. Well, we all make mistakes, and I'm blaming the catalogue, the diagram, the thing, yeah, the install guide. There we go. And then this bit here should just plonk on there with these two 12mm self tappers. Rightio, step 5 is another one that we've got to make 2 of. So I've already made this one up, as you can see, and we'll quickly go through the steps. So we take BA17 and one of these great big E-clips, and even though it's great big, it's bound to ping off. Oh, way! There we go. And then, as you'll notice, there's lots of places where it says to grease. Now, if you're using the supplied plastic bushings here and the brass one here, then yeah, supply or apply grease wherever it's marked. However, because I'm using ball bearings, I don't need to apply as much grease. There is this part here, BA13, which says it's a thrush washer, so I will be greasing up all of that. And then there's this plastic part here that goes on, so I will be greasing quite a bit of this, but I'll dry fit them at the minute. So once you put the E-clip on, we can pop this E17, is it? E1 even. And then the thrust washer. We've then got the bevel gear, and there's a flat, if I can hold it up enough to marry up with the flat on the bar. And then this 850 bearing goes on, which is a fairly loose fit. And then on the other side we've got the 1150 bearing, which just pushes on, and then this plastic holder. I don't know whether they give it a name. No, I don't think they do. No, but it's to hold, whoops, the prop shaft in. So I'll get on and grease them up, and we can move on to step 6. Attaching the propeller joints rear, and if we move this down a bit, I've already done the joint itself, so you have to line up the thrust washer and this spacer to slot in along with the bearing. We've then got a E3, I think it is, yeah, oops, and that slots over like so, and then we've got the thrust washer, and I'll grease these up as usual afterwards, and another spacer, and then again I've greased the casing, and that just pops over like so, and we've got 4 2.6mm screws. So I'll get on and do that, and we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so here's the finished gearbox from step 6, so we can put that aside and move on to step 7, where we need plastic parts A6 and A7. And again, I've gone round with the grease on this piece, again just to hopefully stop a bit of dust ingress. And there's a diagram here showing you how to install it, and it just slots in like that. and again we've got the cover that goes over, and then these four 2.6 by 10mm screws, which I believe go there, and there. And once you've screwed them in, you can turn it over and pop the 1150 bearing in. Nice snug fit, so it should stay in. So once again, I'll crack on with me screwing. Now then, step 8. The front differential mounting of. And for this we need the obligatory 1150 bearings, and we need 3 of these, and then we need this 5 by 25mm lightweight tube which slots in there, and then in this E2, which it doesn't give a name to, we need to pop another 2. Ooh, not very tight fitting bearings there, and then I believe that slips in like so. Oops, and then that slips over like that, and once again I'll grease them up, ready for step 9, joining the 2 halves together. And again I've greased the edges, and we should just be able to slot them into position like so. There we go. And then holding it like this, we've got, I'm getting old, you know, I'm 61 and it's my birthday in a few days, and the top one there, so I'll finish that off and we can move on to the last 2 steps of this video, which is installing the motor. And here's the front gearbox all made up, ready, and we can move on to step 10, prepping the motor for install with this lovely aluminium motor mount. So it's a simple case of, he says, putting this sort of dust guard on. This used to be, I think, made of very thin glass fibre, but now it just seems to be cardboard. Yeah, line that up with the screw holes as best you can, that'll do us. And then the kit comes with a 15 tooth pinion gear. So from this diagram we need to line up this hole, hopefully, let's use this screwdriver, it's easier. Yep, there we go. And then that hole there. Right, I'm assuming that this is going on. Excuse me. Whoops. Lightly tighten it up. Come on. This looks like it might be quite difficult if you haven't got a vernier caliper like this. So it's 14.5mm. That'll do. Because By the looks of this, it's 14.5mm from the motor plate. Now mind you, you've got that bit there. So we need to come out quite a bit. Yeah, that'll do. And we're almost ready for step 11 even. So I'll just get the bits and we can finish there. Last step of this video is installing the motor into the rear diff, and to do this we need these two 12mm brass tubes and 20mm machine screws and washers, and then they go through. Yes, I'm forgetting one there. Oops, that's what I meant to do first. I'm plotting the loos. So we stick one through there. And then the other should go through there with that tube, and then it looks like I can't see. And there we have two gearboxes, front and rear. Oops, let's turn that round so it's roughly in the right place, and that one that way, probably that way, who knows, I don't know, but hey. So that's parts bag A finished, and I'm going to leave this video here. So all that's left is, I hope you've enjoyed watching and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers, bye.